Good morning. Let me make sure my Wi-Fi is on. Okay, tell me if you can watch me, you can see me. I want to make sure that I can see you first before I talk about issues. It's very important, guys, that we speak about the real animal farm that is taking place in Zambia. So I'm not sure if you can see me. I've just got about half an hour to do this and then I go. But anyhow, I'll start. A few years ago, around 1998, 99, I started school at Rodsburg School, where the DPP Gilbert Peary was my teacher. And he taught us English and literature in English. Now, one of the books that we read was Animal Farm, George Orwell. I remember vividly how he talked about how African governments are corrupt and they have a system where nobody can speak, they're being oppressed. I expected that my teacher would practice what he taught when we were in school, but he's not practicing that. He's rather using intimidation to anybody who questions and queries what he is doing. DPP Gilbert Peary has been my teacher and Maria Zaloumis' teacher. And I questioned his integrity when I first saw him, stepping in the matter of Maria Zaloumis, who was accused of a murder case. Now, this murder case did not just come as an allegation because somebody came up with it or Lilian Mutambo said so. It was as a result of a video evidence which Maria Zaloumis herself sent to a family WhatsApp group. And it went viral when the family members and friends heard that the boy that had been posted had died and had sustained injuries. According to the laws of Zambia, within a few months, like even 6 months of an assault, the person who assaulted somebody must go to jail. It's a murder case. It was even less than 12 hours that Kasengele passed away. And we asked questions. Where was Maria Zaloumis? And I also asked the ECZ chairperson, Mwangala Zaloumis, to step down from her position, because if she didn't step down, we would be seeing what is happening, like the interview that I'm about to share with you guys. This woman should have never been an ECZ chairperson in the first place, because she has a murderer, her daughter, Maria Zaloumis. Now, a ZNBC, posts were made where they were trying to cover up about, it's a manslaughter because DPP Gilbert Peary. Yes, I still maintain my statement. You actually did Maria Zaloumis a favor, because all of you are cadres of Hakainde Hichilema. And there's no way I could allow you to use your power by abusing it when you're supposed to be a director of public prosecutions. As a government worker, I pay tax. You eat my tax money. There's a lot of business that I do in Zambia, so you chew my tax money. I have every right to speak against you, because you are not in office to abuse other people and to abuse your office. If you are given a position, it's supposed to be trusted. That is where Pro Lumumba comes in. Pro Lumumba has been preaching about African governments using the systems to continue with corruption and oppressing other opposition leaders. And DPP Gilbert Peary had to do Maria Zaloumis a favor, because if he did not reduce the sentence, Mwangala Zaloumis wouldn't have functioned very well in the ECZ room. And that is why it's very important that this woman should have resigned in the first place when I suggested after Maria Zaloumis murdered somebody. Now, she's got a boyfriend, a Nigerian, Nathaniel, who is a brother to Sia1. And they've tried to maintain their innocence, to say that person was sent there by the lady from Botswana. The lady denied all those allegations. The legitimate wife to Nathaniel, actually Maria Zaloumis is dating a married man. Now, I've seen a picture of Nathaniel wearing ECZ logo. I don't know if this picture is authentic. People are saying it's true. That's an insult to us Zambian people. And therefore, DPP Gilbert Peary is the most foolish man I've ever come across, because you should have acted as a man of integrity. You should have actually stepped aside from this case and said, due to the interest of this party, who I was a teacher of when I was a teacher at Rodsburg School, which is a very prestigious private school, you are actually showing that you are very useless by not doing that. Other people have decided to step away from the case. You've decided to reduce the sentence to manslaughter and gave her a bail and charged her only 40,000 kwacha when you've just recently charged Mao Sampa 1 million kwacha. So we know that this is a political kind of like favor. So whether you like it or not, you will never stop me from speaking. I have called you out, and I'll make sure when we form government, DPP Gilbert Perry, you will lose your job 13th of August 2026 because I will be in government, whether you like it or not. If you like, take this video anywhere. I said so. I am Lillian Mutambo, the fearless voice of the voiceless. And I studied law, human rights law, and I have every right to speak against what you do. All right? I have every right to question your integrity. I have every right to ask because Enoch Kasingele is 6 feet under, whilst Maria Zaloumis is enjoying being a parent, whilst a parent lost their son. Whilst this girl is enjoying her life, Enoch Kasingele's family will never have grandchildren from Enoch, whilst Mwangala Zaloumis is enjoying. So, sir, you taught me Animal Farm George Orwell. You are practicing exactly what you taught. I remember how you vividly bullied me when we had armed robbers coming home and they stole our vehicle at my auntie's place when we were picking up some of my cousins. And my book and bag was in the boot of the car. I think there was Animal Farm. And you insulted the hell out of me in class. So when I say you are a bully, you are a bloody bully. You bullied me, you called me ugly. You called me all sorts of names. So you're now practicing your bully kind of arrangement in your position. And I will never fear you because you're just a human being who doesn't even understand what it means in this life to be a leader that does things according to the human rights law. You are a useless lawyer. You are fake. You are a very useless lawyer. You are fake. And for what you did, your integrity is now zero. You will never practice law anywhere. I will make sure we'll deregister you from LAS. You will never be a lawyer in Zambia. Anywhere in Zambia, you will never practice. You can be doing oath, commission of oath, that stamping passports in your house, in your bedroom. But to be a lawyer, that LAS will allow you to be on the register, I will make sure you are deregistered with immediate effect. You are very useless. So guys, when I questioned all those things, I said, why is this guy reducing the sentence? Why is Maria Zaloumis going home? People told me, hey, opposition, you talk about everything. I said, okay. I am speaking as Lillian Mutambo. Now, this Mwangala Zaloumis, mother to a murderer, decided to go to the police office in Kawe, police office in Kawe, and she shouted at the police officers, my daughter should be released. And a journalist that was trying to take a picture, she made that journalist go to jail. So, how dare you, Gilbert Perry, think you can scare me? Like, how? Seriously? Scare me in what way? As far as I'm aware, I've never received anything from you. I've never received any DHL document from you. So you can go and lie to the Zambian people, send a well bill number, post it on social media for people to check on Google. It doesn't even exist. You are a corrupt person. You are a corrupt person because DHL know my number. They would have called me to say there's a parcel. And the address you used, my former landlord would have told me that I have a parcel. So you are a bloody liar, okay? You are a liar. So no matter what you say, you want me to come to Zambia to do what? So that I should come in the hands of Hakainde Hichilema, your boss, the one that is paying you money? You are a fool. Guys, this is what is happening in Zambia. This useless man called Gilbert Perry thinks he can put fear in me. As who? As who? Is that why you made sure that Mwangala Zaloumis' daughter, a murderer, is out? so that she could do this favor to Hakainde Hichilema. Now you are telling us that you are going to be responsible for presidents. You are going to make sure you check who you are going to admit to filing nomination. You now want to remove the stamp, the death stamp. In which Zambia, if I may ask you, Mwangala Zaloumis? This is an interview, guys, to show you that Gilbert Piri, a UPND cadre, Mwangala Zaloumis, a UPND cadre, they are working together. And that is the reason why, guys, let me tell you something. Hakainde Hichilema has made sure that all the institutions, they are in his pocket. The office of government is in community house. He just pretends like, oh, he's going to State House. He meets people at midnight, 01, 02, 03. Cars are being seen passing at night in Hakainde Hichilema's place. So Gilbert Piri, we know you're in the pocket of Hakainde Hichilema and you can do anything to save your job. But sir, you will be the worst DPP we've ever had in Zambia. The worst. And I'm waiting for a business class flight bought for me to come to Zambia. And by the way, your useless government posted my passport on social media. Because you think I'm a woman, I should be scared. Scared? I am a child of grace, my friend. I pray midnight, morning time. I don't joke. Because I know that you guys are going to shrines and we have scattered your shrines through our prayer, midnight prayers, morning prayers. You will never succeed in Zambia. And I'm telling you this, Gilbert Piri, put it on record that Leland Mutambo said this. You will never see my face, my body, in any prison in Zambia. Over your dead body, Gilbert Piri. When you die, no problem. Over your dead body. All right? Over your dead body. That you will see me come to Zambia and you arrest me and take me for what? If I question you idiots, it's not defamation. If I speak the truth about what you did to me when I was at school, I'm speaking the truth. So don't you dare use all those to my pages. Hey, Mutambo, blogger, what? I am Leland Mutambo, the fearless queen. That's why I'm 876,000 followers. And I don't babysit the truth. And as long as I speak, we will form government with Brian Mundubile. So no Mingalato will work. Okay? Like I said in my live stream, but Mwangala Zaloumis, at the pace you're going, life is very spiritual. You can sleep tomorrow and not wake up. Because you cannot stand on the joy of the Zambian people. Gone are the days, imotu kote. Mule chinga ma Zambia na ma youth. When I see you even being ECZ chair, I'm disgusted. What is this grandma doing in ECZ? When we have those young people, look at Shindano. How they were looking young and flamboyant during the Patriotic Front. What is this grandma, old woman doing? You should be babysitting your grandchildren, which Maria Zaloumis is supposed to hand over to you as she goes to jail to save time. But you've decided to oppress the Zambian people with Brown Kasaro and all those Shimeza. It will never happen in Zambia. You will lose like Chakwera lost in Malawi. Have you seen how many Zambians are supporting you for saying you want to remove the death stamp? How many are supporting you? Only foolish cadres will support. And people, don't be, when you see shaken by defections. Defections are a good sign that UPND is losing power. Let me tell you a story before I play this. Hakainde Hichilema heard what the chief said, Kulubemba, in Kasama, over let's support our own. So Hakainde Hichilema was touched. How can the chief say this? Okay? How can the chief say this? He now called everybody. Tell us. Tell me the truth. Did we win Kasama? And HH was told that we did Mingalato, we lost. So HH was touched. He now told Levin Goma, start distributing money. Go to churches in Kasama. I will come there after a month. As we speak, Levin Goma is in Urban Hotel in Kasama, distributing cash in churches all over. Because Hakainde Hichilema knows that he will lose elections. So this woman, Mwangala Zaloumis, who was favored by Gilbert Piri, an idiot, a DPP idiot, a useless DPP idiot, has decided to go on national television and defend that the reason why Utukote, like her, they want to remove the stamp is because there's been a complaint from people. I am a voter. I don't remember complaining. But Joyce, Daliso, Martin, you are a voter. Did you ever complain? Listen to this. So Gilbert Piri, when you die, I'll be in Zambia. No problem.
Good evening and thank you for joining us on Sunday Interview. I am your host, Grevaza Zulu. Now, the cornerstone of any democracy is free and fair elections, giving citizens the opportunity to choose their leaders. In Zambia, the Electoral Commission of Zambia is mandated to safeguard this sacred democratic process. Following recent constitutional amendments, the ECZ now faces the critical task of increasing constituencies through delimitation and also implementing the proportional representation system designed to guarantee seats for women, youths, and people with disabilities. Beyond these constitutional changes, the Commission has proposed further amendments to the laws governing the electoral process and electoral management. Well, some of these proposals have been welcomed by stakeholders, but others have sparked debate. Today, the chairperson of the Electoral Commission of Zambia, Mwangala Zaloumis, joins me in the studio to explain what the electoral process amendment bill entails, how delimitation will be conducted, and how proportional representation will be implemented. And more importantly, is the ECZ listening to stakeholders and above all, the public. Thank you for watching. Chairperson, welcome to the program.
Thank you, Professor. Thank you for inviting me.
She can't even talk.
Busy season for you, busy time.
Yes,
coping.
It is a busy time. We are not just coping, we are managing. So it's a busy time, yes, for the Commission, but we have to, I think, rise to the occasion, and this is the occasion for us to deliver to the people of Zambia. Thank you.
Well, just run us through the elections calendar. I know that some time back you did issue that, and now this was impacted by the amendments, changes made to the Constitution.
Yes.
So probably your calendar has also moved. Where are we now?
Well, where we are is that we finished. We undertook the mass registration of voters, and the preparations are ongoing to have a validation of that exercise. And I think the CEO has already informed the public when that is going to be done, when people are supposed to go to their polling stations to validate the information that we have, to certify that the information we have is what they gave us. They gave the registration officers. So that is on the way, and we expect everybody to go, all those who are registered, even those who did not register but would like to see if the information is still valid, if the information is still there, to go to their polling stations, any center that they, including commercial centers like shops and where kids will be put, so that they can check that information that we have, that yes, what we have is their full names, their addresses, and everything that they supplied to the registration officers. So that is ongoing. And in the midst of that, of course, we have this delimitation exercise in which we are going to all the districts to have district meetings with stakeholders in each district so that they can, discuss this delimitation and recommend what they would like us to do in those particular districts. So that is ongoing.
Yeah, two questions around that. On registration, when do we expect a final register to be published to close the whole process? 1, 2. There could be those who want to push their luck. Is there an opportunity for any new registrations?
No, I think that has to be made very clear that there will be no new registration, and there are no new registration. What we are doing is to validate that information so that we can have a register that is certified. And that we hope to have it done by April. And that, I think the Gazette has to go out by the 15th of April so that people can see that we have a register.
So you've got
We
all
have a
these
certified register, yes.
We've got all these things, just in relation to calendar, we've got all these new things happening, delimitation, validation of the register, implementation of the PR system, looking at the electoral amendment bill. Are you on course, just reassuring the public, are you going to meet the deadlines? Are you comfortable with what is going on now?
Yes, we are on course. We are on course. The roadmap is, we shared that roadmap, the electoral roadmap with the stakeholders and with everybody, and anybody who is interested can come to the commission and look at where we are. We are on course, but of course we have to arise to the occasion with the delimitation which has come, which has come. That has to be done, and we are on course. Right now, all our senior people, the commission is in all the 116 districts. The commissioners are in the districts as well. After that, the commissioners will have meetings, provincial meetings, where submissions from the districts will be made to the commission. So instead of waiting for that process to come to the commission is going to the provinces. And it will be easier for the provinces to submit their information, to submit the submissions, reports from the districts to the commission in each provincial center. So we have 10 provinces, and we are going to go to these 10 provinces.
I know.
So we are on course on that. Yes.
Delimitation. But then let's move on to one of the major issues on the table now.
Yes.
You've made proposals to amend the electoral
yes.
the electoral commission, the electoral amendment process amendment bill, which is on the table. I want you to just pick out the highlights of this bill. What are the key issues? What is the bill speaking to?
Yeah, I think for avoidance of any doubt, I'll refer to the actual bill. This is the actual bill, the electoral process bill, which was shared by with the stakeholders. At the time, the stakeholders came to our meetings, and it was very well attended. I think most of political parties were there, and the civil society, the media, the international community, everyone was there. And this is the bill. Now, this bill, the object of this bill is to amend the Electoral Process Act in view of what has happened, in view of Bill 7.
Which is a law now.
Which is law, and is...
Hold up. The reason why they're amending the bill, the constitution, or whatever documents for ECZ is because of Bill 7. Now you understand why Hakainde Hichilema was in a hurry. Now you understand that those MPs of PF that supported Bill 7, they are fools. That's why you should never ever vote for any Bill 7 idiot MP. They are very foolish. You see how they're in a hurry? Do we have time to start delimiting things, to start changing things? They are looking at what is in Bill 7. That's the reason why they are doing this. And that's the reason why idiot Gilbert Piri made sure that Mwangala Zaloumis was out. The daughter was out. Maria Zaloumis. So that this woman can function and do Mingarato for Hakainde Hichilema. Both of you, including this one, all of you, you will go to jail. You are very useless.
And we have to amend our electoral act to be in line with the Constitution.
What is she doing?
To actualize what is in the Constitution,
Rubbish.
in as far as the electoral process is concerned.
Nonsense.
Now, the object of this bill, one is to provide for the inspection and the raising of objections in respect of the provisional register of voters. The second one is to provide for the adoption certificate for filing of nominations. Now,
what is ECZ got to do with adoption? Because ECZ, the people who are working there, they are all UPND foolish cadres. 1. 2, the office bearers is in the bedroom of Hakainde Hichilema. He is the one who is in charge of registrar of societies. So you see that they have started rigging. Whether you like it or not, Gilbert Piri, Maria Zaloumis, Nathaniel Bigham, you, Mwangala Zaloumis, you will know that Zambia is not for you. You are too small to treat us like we are your family. Wakaboki. Kukwina kumale beresha. God cannot raise us to speak for you to intimidate us. Mulabecha. You are very foolish. We shall see. In the Zambia that I know, where your president even sends packing pastors, which church will vote for you apart from that church where he belongs to? Nonsense.
This before. This has been with us since 1964, by the way. The adoption certificates, where every political party has to sponsor the candidates. And how do we know that?
Madam, it's none of your business. Whether they are being sponsored or not, why are you concerned about the candidates? Because you think you can stop anybody. As long as America is watching you, Russia, Israel, you can't. Sadiq. Zambia is not Tanzania. Forget about it. Chiveresh mwatampech. Chiveresh. Pamona Gilbert Piri. Chiveresh. When I watch this, I'm very angry.
Said it's by the adoption certificate or a letter. Now, who produces that letter will come, that's another discussion, isn't it? Yeah. So that is the second one. The third one is to provide for the appointment and duties of a returning officer. The fourth.
Imagine Akakote. That was in Kaunda era. You now want to be in charge of ECZ. What do you expect? What do you expect? 1964. You are now returning officer. ECZ what? Chairperson. Because you are in the Hakainde Hichilema'S pocket. He has done you a favor using DPP Gilbert Piri to reduce the sentence of your murderous daughter so that you can function and do this rubbish. Not in Zambia. I'm telling you. Not in Zambia. HH will lose. Wakaboki.
Revise the voting procedure by the removal of the youth.
Look, let me even talk about Malawi. Did you see the Malawian chairperson, that young lady? Even though she's a relative to a Chakwera. Did you see how young she is? Look at this. What is that? This woman should be at the farm. What is this? What is this old lady doing? Because she's a UPND cadre. She was, forget this picture here, that is HD. Divine, they've had to put, look at that. Look at this woman. Old woman, grandma. You're presiding over ECZ. Seriously. Seriously, Zambia. And you are telling me that Gilbert Piri reduced the sentence to this girl in a fair way. Look at that. I should be the one in ECZ, not this one. Young people, you should be the one in ECZ. What is this? What is that?
Official mark. I think this is another discussion.
Yes.
Yeah, this is
an
another
issue that is also
another
debate.
Yeah, another debate. Yes, revise the power of the commission to disqualify a political party or candidate.
You, Mwangala Zaloumis, you now think you should now have the power to disqualify a candidate. Is that why IHH was pushing through Bill 7? Is that why people were offered 2 million kwacha, 3 million kwacha? Is that why you are desperate, even after pocketing Chabinga in your pocket, in your panties, everywhere? You still want to come and disqualify candidates? As who, if I may ask? Because you want Hakainde Hichilema to go unopposed. Mulabeja, not in Zambia. Not in Zambia. And we have youths supporting Fiabupuevi. Just look at that. This woman should be in a retirement package, not working in an ECZ office. You should be serious, Zambia. This is a bloody joke. And we can disqualify candidates as who? Namkwatasane Chiwereshi. Chiwereshi.
Another issue, this is to align with the procedure, to align with the courts and with the law. That's why this has come.
Speaking English, but foolishness coming out from there. Davida Pangana sense. Listen to this.
To provide for nomination, election, and distribution of seats under the proportional representation electoral system. This is very important because our electoral system has changed.
Yeah. The electoral system has changed. So that's why HH was desperate. Bill 7, we have consulted. It was, but MPs of PF Murifi Puwa, you are fools. Look at that. I thought the bill was supposed to be amended for delimitation. Then the rest of the laws will start after the election. Fast, because HH wants to be the president that will stand and oppose. Seriously. And somebody will tell me, no, Bill 7 MPs, let's forgive them. Get out to Kokoinoko. That's what I told Kampamba Mlenga the other day. Stop putting Mundu with his face on your t-shirts. You're very useless for allowing these idiots to come and be changing laws. Because of DPP idiots that did not allow this idiot to rot in jail. All the idiots here. We shall see. And I'm not going to be kind to anybody. Because anything to do with oppressing my Zambian people, I don't joke. You see why I'm talking about Inel Kasingele? Because I know I'm a parent. And I know how it feels when your child is unwell. Now imagine just hearing that your child has been murdered. And because you are poor, Gilbert Piri reduces the sentence. And they are there enjoying their lives. Not in Zambia. Dr. Edgar Chagwalungu died for us to speak. That man, he's a hero. If that man did not die, you see, they thought when Edgar Lungu dies, that's it, no opposition. But they didn't know that his death will make some of us to speak. Who even talks about UPND? Show me which page that will come on social media and be saying, UPND, they are doing this. Even their own people, they are scared to promote UPND. They are now being comfortable, but hey, in case to a loser, they know they are losing. Ha! Grandma. Do you know that God is bigger than you? Whether Mingalato or not, 13th August, BMA to come victorious. Oh yeah. Now, my people, start preaching the message to people. You vote, you stay there. Let's continue. Don't know what I did to the batteries now. Don't. I dropped the battery. You see? Hey,
has changed to a mixed member proportional representation. So the law has already provided in the Constitution. So to actualize that, it's going to be in the Electoral Act, so that we can we can ensure that this is implemented. The last one, to provide for matters connected.
I am very angry with Zambian celebrities. That people are joking with our system and you are quiet, showing your nyash, your boob on Facebook. When we form government, Ministry of what, mingling with celebrities, I'll cut it off. Tukalach tafe empower abalanda. You're very useless. You are very useless celebrities of Zambia. If you're Philippines, you could have showing F my Valentine's Amatako. Instead of you talking about serious matters that will affect your children tomorrow. Social media.
So incidental to the foregoing, which is quite normal. Any bill, that's how it reads.
Tonga idiot block.
Yeah.
So those are key highlights. But in broader terms, what are you trying to cure?
What are you trying to cure?
Something.
Yes, we are trying.
Are you fixing something that is broken?
Yes,
or are you
we
trying
have.
to fix something
It's you that
is
needs to be cured, you old woman.
Something that people have complained of.
Have you seen grandma? She can't even do eye contact. Something that people have complained of. This is the first time I've listened to this woman speak, and I'm irritated. But I need to show you that Zambia, imagine having such a person as ECZ chair. Mwasenda kuna wena mzinga melu tuwa chisungu. What is this? What is that? Hey!
Now, I'll give you an example of the provide for the adoption certificate for filing of nominations. Now, what we are trying to cure is to actually give guidance to the political.
Why are you looking down? We want to give guidance to political parties. As who? ECZ, since when have you ever been concerned on how political parties are running their affairs? Kada, guilty face, yeah. You can see she's guilty. You are a liar. When I'm talking, I'm in an interview, I should be looking at you. This is the reason why we're doing, you see. But when a text message is coming from Hakainde Hichilema, you better make sure. And once HH imposes things, look at how he even came to ZNPC. Do you know that they did not even put it on YouTube because they were going to be shouted at. They put it just on Facebook Live. And the comments, which youth will vote for such type of rubbish? Imagine this woman being an ECZ chairperson up to 2036. This one. Nana Kinene Fiabufi. And I like the interviewer. Well done. Continue interviewing this person. Listen.
This has been existing since 1964.
Yeah.
To help the political parties organize themselves. This, politics and elections are serious business. And therefore...
Who has asked you for your opinion as to how the political party wants to run their affairs? Look, you are my mother. But if I was this interviewer, I would slap you. And I lose my job. What is this? You will get out. Do you know what I'm talking about?
The political party has to be comfortable with the people that they are giving up.
Excuse me, madam, shut up, what there? You are telling me that the political party has become, who are you to come and tell us how we are running our political party? We thought, you thought, Mwangala, Zaloumis and HH, you thought by bringing Chabinga, you have shut opposition, PF. Now that you've seen people rising, now you want to know who is doing what. We want to know. There is confusion. Shut up, madam. When we are filing in, we'll file in our candidate. And let me tell you something. Right now, show off. On the days of filing and everything, you are not in power, you have no government. Police will be on the side of the people. How did we get to this? Elian. Look at that. Look at that. I feel like crying. What is that?
That they are subjecting, to the public. If you are not sure about somebody, if a political party...
Excuse me, madam. How can you tell me that a political party that has been there since 1950, 1920, 2000 cannot be sure about people that they've been dining with, eating Ishima with, campaigning? You sound so Roscoe. I am just Oh, what is this? Seriously? If political parties you've taken PF, we have moved on. What are you talking about? You sound lost. There are so many political parties doing their things. We've not heard them fighting.
About somebody, they should not have, adopt the person.
Hola, there. How can you tell me if you're not sure about somebody who will not adopt? Where did you get this woman from? I am shocked. Zambia. Look at there. Look at there. I need some water. If you're not sure about somebody, so you're telling me that only UPND is sure. You're telling me that people don't have meetings. You sound so 19 pendef kondo. In the Kaunda days, Mwakadiri, Udara Paja. Abena Zambia. Vote wisely. Grandma is in the pockets of her church. Whilst you youth are suffering, grandma's children and grandchildren are enjoying money and wealth.
For standing on one political party. And these things have happened before.
Since when have you ever heard that 10 people are standing on one political party? Please, can somebody educate me? Abdul, have you ever seen that so many people are standing on one political party? This sounds like they are planning to start forging adoption certificates. You know what? The adoption certificates that will be printed, they should be hidden away from anybody. Because these guys, from the way they are speaking, they have the capability of printing forged certificates and filing in fake people, these people. From the way, what is happening?
If that adoption certificate is not given to one person, so it's given to two people, and by two different people, two different officers or officials, the chairman gives one, the member of the management or the chairman of elections also gives one, and they all come from different areas, and they all come to be nominated for the nomination process. Who does the commission accept?
The political parties.
Excuse me. Did I just hear that? Excuse me. Did I just hear that? Since when in Zambia have you ever seen political parties giving adoption certificates to 10 people? This sounds like their plan. Because I know UPND is good at doing these things, but I've never heard other political parties doing that. Not even the Patriotic Front. They give one adoption certificate. Socialist 1, CF 1, all of them 1. What is that? Grandma, you should be taking care of your grandkids. You shouldn't be in that seat representing my country. I'm upset. How can grandma?
We feel that they've not experienced such much of that as a problem.
We have experienced.
Why is ECZ trying to get involved in political parties?
No,
please find this guy's number. I will send you for drink $. This is what we need. Fearless interviewer. Why do you want to be involved in the process? Let's listen to grandma. Like when I was listening to this, I was screaming. I said, let me scream on social media.
So maybe some of the political parties are new. Maybe they don't know the system.
What is she talking about? Maybe some of the political parties are new. Madam, there are people who've been there since Kaunda days, mentoring political parties, reading the constitution. What are you talking about? Maybe they are new. What thing concern you? What is your business? If a political party is new, and so, why should you be involved? Get lost. Hichilema, do you have what to do on Monday? Unlike you, idiot, that has to open wide. I come here to social media to speak for the Zambian people. So don't you dare come to my page. I'm not like you. With your utopia, even undressed there. Then you want to come and talk on social media. You don't have anything to do on Monday. I have a lot to do. And I'm dealing with this old lady here. This old lady here is a nightmare. And we're going to talk about her before she destroys our country. You think us, we just come here and sit and have nothing to do. We have people that work for us. We should come and show you on social media.
But this has been with us from 1964.
Yeah?
Now, it has happened before.
Has it been explicit that a Secretary General is the one that issues? Or it's
Yes.
just been anybody in the party can issue as long as you're in the executive?
Not anybody in the party. If you're suing a political party, who do you sue? The person who...
If you are suing anyone in a political party, who do you sue? It's giving Chabinga vibes. It's giving Morgan and Mwangala vibes. You see, they're exposing themselves, who they are. Grandma. And grandma, with all the money you have, go and use some, Olay products. They'll help you. You look tired. You look depressed. You look like HH is forcing you to speak. Because you don't even know what you're talking about.
Executive powers in the political parties is a Secretary General. And that's the person who is even registered at the Register of Societies. It's like saying a company should not have a company secretary.
Madam. I'm in the UK here. I can have a company and be the secretary, the director, the receptionist, everything. It's not a necessity. Who is this one telling us a company has no secretary? It's not a math, it's not compulsory. Imagine if you've never been to school and these are the people who are now talking. Yes, Zambia. Let us remove UPNDO. You will suffer. Hey.
Act as a company secretary. You even have to register who the company secretary is.
Well, I know.
So even political parties, in fact, is to help them to organize themselves in a way, in a systematic way, in an official way, where people can identify who is going to manage the affairs of their political party. And whoever manages the affairs of the political party surely should be given that mandate to be the mouthpiece of the political party.
Like Morgan Ngonga. So, imagine the way she's insisting on this. What if they plan to abduct all SGs in Zambia? Hey, we are in trouble. As far as I'm aware, in your PNT, the person who's been signing the adoption certificates is Gary Nkombo, the chairman of elections. I'm even shocked. This is the first time I'm hearing about SG matter.
In that the Secretary General is going to choose, but the Secretary General, we hope that after a meeting of a political party, they will say, this is the candidate we want for a member of parliament in this particular constituency, and the political party and the Secretary General will sign on behalf of the party and advisors. I think it's an organized way of doing things.
Excuse me, did she say they'll advise them, ECZ? So ECZ, you'll be receiving a direct call from the party. Okay, so this is FDD, yes, or ECZ chair, we have decided we're going to adopt this one. Okay, no problem. Levin Goma, plan the abduction.
The fears from the parties unfounded when they state that looking at current politics, looking at how sometimes politics evolve, it's possible your Secretary General could disappear at a critical time and then you're eliminated.
Look, find this guy's number, please. I need to send him some dollars. Did you hear what he just said? The Secretary General can disappear. He's been interviewing politicians for many years. He knows what he's talking about. What if the Secretary General disappears? This is what they will do. They will lock them in one place. That's why I said, let Secretary General sign the adoption certificates now, in advance. Keep them with a lawyer. Ha! This man, please give me his number. I want to buy him a drink. This is what we call fearless. What if the SG disappears? Exactly my thought.
Well,
Because he's the only one recognized by registrar of societies.
I think it's
And
up
once
to,
he's captured by your opponents, then you're done.
I think it's up to the political parties to choose people who are committed to their ideals of that political party. That the Secretary General is a serious person who is not going to abandon ship, who is going to ensure that that political party is represented, who is going to ensure that that political party has credible people to stand. So are you telling us that these Secretary Generals are not credible enough? That they should not be holding those positions? So whom are we going to trust?
With free child play
Madam. UK YouTube has a lot of adverts, my people.
is available. Book now
Jet to
with
holidays.
Jet2 Villas.
The secret to going back to warmth, wonder, and where you felt most like you. Feel the
I'm
comfort
shocked.
of sensual sandalwood and jasmine. Glade, the secrets of scent.
SC Johnson. Get the business loan from
Yeah,
TPs
how are
and
YouTube?
Civilian with the
YouTube in
government
UK has a lot
backed
of
growth
adverts.
guarantee
It's
scheme.
coming.
Search Portman GGS.
Guys, what is your review so far on what we're watching? Do you agree?
Do you need
Do you
cash to
agree
cover costs or secure an
with what
opportunity?
this woman is saying?
Or maybe you've had a finance
Hey.
application turned down by your bank.
Come on,
Join the
YouTube.
1.6 million UK business.
Ah. Imagine all these adverts. They can even abduct their Secretary General exactly.
I've got a question. I can just
Ha!
quickly send them a quick message and get a response back.
Ah.
Your favourite job logic
Please
feature
send me
is
the number.
use
Don't
of
send me your number.
Star ratings,
I'm
which
sure I'll
reduces
find the
number of,
number. Yes,
pretty
honestly,
cool to
I'm
see
impressed.
names
Okay, I'll
and
skip
the
past
star
that.
ratings and the feedback. It's really helping us
Ah.
make sure we get a decent return on investment.
The guy says, how can you hold everything in the Secretary General? What if the person disappears?
Do them so quickly, get them out.
I need your number. I just want to give you Kapam Chabe Fanta. Yes. I know you're rich. You've been for the enemies a long time. But just to quench your thirst for the energy you use to speak to this woman, I need to buy you a drink.
I can sort of see all the data
say
I
thank
want
you.
to see. Having that at a
Do you agree with the woman?
is just so great for decision making. I think the
Do you
best
agree with
thing
her?
it does as a company is
Everybody's
the
saying
people
no.
and
And as a
tools.
youth, when I tell you vote for Brian Mundubide, you see what I mean.
It's massive. It's huge.
And these people put adverts that don't skip. They want to abduct the Secretary General. We need to sign the adoption certificate in advance.
Whom do they trust? We hope that there's enough trust and credibility in a political party when they say that this is our Secretary General, they are comfortable with their Secretary General. Of course, if they're not comfortable, I think it's up to them to remove him or to remove her and get somebody who they can trust.
Hold on. I think it's up to the political party to change the Secretary General. As we speak, Hakainde Hichilema, the Registrar of Society, is in his bedroom. How are you going to change? You see how they're playing with people's minds? How are you going to change? Because it can take up to next year.
Who look after the affairs of their political party.
And wanted to create a complication when probably, as you're trying to file in your nominations, and your SG has an injunction on them, placed on them, and they can't function.
Well, that's now inside the political party, intra-party, it's a management of the political party which the commission should not be involved.
Which ultimately may affect people's choice.
Did you hear? The commission cannot be involved. Does she know what she's talking about? First she said, we have to be involved so that we know that you're putting people that you trust. Now she's saying they don't want to be involved. What are you talking about, Grandma?
Well, it's up to them what decisions they make. Because whatever decision the political party makes will affect the people. So political parties have to be very, very careful. And as I said earlier, this is serious business. And you are subjecting the whole of Zambia to this.
Madam, hold on. You think it's a joke when we have formed political parties and alliances and we want to remove your boss, Hakainde Hichilema? You think we are joking? You think we have time for kiddie plays? You think we have time to joke around? Be serious, Grandma. I told you to resign. You don't know how to function. What is that? You can't even answer your questions well. You sound dumb. You are a lawyer, but you sound like you don't even understand. Did you really write Ziale? Because you don't sound like a lawyer, honestly. Were you doing the diploma law? Because I don't think you have a degree and a master's. This level of thinking and speaking, you sound like an ordinary layman speaking. How did you get
management? I don't think we deserve that. I think the people of Zambia deserves serious political.
Mind your business. Mind your business. What do you mean that we need serious people? So the only serious person is HH. Allah. We need this woman to go to Costa. Costa, interview this woman. We know ZNBC are even controlling, and this guy is even trying.
Serious people who go into politics who are not going to abandon ship.
Let's move on and look at another issue that is seemingly getting to be an issue of concern, which has been raised by other stakeholders, which is revising the voting procedure by the removal of use of the official mark. Why is this proposal being made?
Well, this proposal...
What is the intention?
Okay,
listen to her
first,
answer.
I think this proposal is being made. It has come from the people.
Did you hear what she said? It has come from the people. Look at the face. They lie. They lie. Which people? Crispin is saying all the past government mentioned the stamp. Why only UPND remove it? You see, that stamp is very important. What they want. Okay, you listen to what you say, and then I'll respond.
Whenever we have an election, people complain that if the official mark is not there, and this book and the ballot has come from a book, you can identify it. If the officer, the polling assistant, forgets to stamp it, the voter has done their part. The voter has done his part. The voter has come in. He's a credible voter, authorized voter. He votes. He's given a ballot, and you know that ballot is, you know, he executes on the ballot and puts it in the box. You know, in the booth, goes to the booth and puts it. He has nothing. You see, the voter has not done any mistake to have his vote disqualified or have vote disqualified. Now, the only disqualification that polling assistant forgot to stamp it.
What's there? Did you hear what she said? The polling assistant forgot to stamp it. What is her job there? Why is she on salary? Why is she going through training? Not be to know how to stamp? Shouldn't it be after somebody votes, they come there, it's stamped, then you can say you have voted and the person said, confirm if you've stamped? Why should it be you trying to suggest that, according to her suggestion, when you vote, you put in your vote there. That's all. Go. It's okay. Now, the question is, if that vote is not stamped, according to the laws now, it's invalid vote. So she's now saying the polling agent forgets. Excuse me, madam. Why would the polling agent forget her job? If this is her job, that's what she should be doing, is her duty. Ha! Mulabeja. So you sat in community house and started planning all this. And you think Zambians are mumu. Grandma, retire. Retire. You are not in the right job and frame of mind.
Now, we've realized that there's always a human error with this. As much as we would like all the ballot papers to be stamped, some are not stamped. And you see, some of the voters don't even wait to ensure that their ballot is stamped. They just go and put it in
Whose responsibility is it, madam, to make sure that the vote is stamped? You have to tell the people your vote has been cast and counted, but you put. So what are you talking about? We've been doing this since Kaunda. You want to come and remove it? You are a joker. And I'm glad none of us can accept this, your useless Mwangala. You thought by locking Chawinga and the party of PF in Mukaputura Kakwa Chawinga that you are secure now, you can sleep. You thought by Edgar Chagwalungu, may his soul rest in peace, dying, that now we've secured victory. There is no opposition. You thought by Edith Nawakwi dying that there is nobody until Brian Munduwire came. You better be kidding me. Think you're going to play with us and tell me that we cannot put a stamp there? You are a joker. That's why opposition. I don't have time for your intra-party politics, how you're fighting this one, you're fighting all the time, you're fighting Munduwire, you know that is more popular than most of these people. You see the useless things that are going on as you're fighting? Some of the so-called leaders, they are distractors. They are being sent to bring distraction so that you focus on the fights instead of the real issues. This is what should be. This is the election here. It has started, the rigging. They know they cannot get, HH cannot get 50+1. So they want to deprive the people. How can you tell me the CSG? And now you want to put all the SGs muka putula and mu office ku community house. Like you've done to Mwangala. Mwangala doesn't even look like he has money, that one. He looks poor.
Now, who should be blamed for that? Is it the voter or is it the polling assistant? Now, because it's not the voter, we thought...
Wait. Let me read this comment. Is she doing all this for her daughter? Thank you. Now you understand why I called DPP Gilbert Piri out to say you have done Maria Zaloumis a favor because of the ECZ chair. All this she's doing is for one person, Maria Zaloumis. One person. Forgetting the millions of the Zambian people who suffer. One person. So my Zambian people, you see grandma here? She doesn't give a shit about you. You see DPP Gilbert Piri? He doesn't give a damn about you. It's up to you to vote for Brian Munduwire or you suffer. All this, thank you for that comment. All this is for one person. Out of the how many million Zambians do we have in the country? Let's look at the people who are voting. Out of 8 million, one person. Zambia's population is 21 million. Out of 21 million Zambians, one person is the reason for all this. That's a highlight of what is going on here. Thank you. That comment was powerful. That comment, you see why DPP idiot Kipiri thinks he can scare me, I cannot speak. I will talk. You can't allow these old people. You come here to defend rubbish because you don't want your daughter to go to jail. And you are very down, Mwangala Zaloumis. You could have allowed your daughter to go to jail and HH pardons her before he leaves office. You are very down. You could have done it smartly. 12 months in jail and she's pardoned before HH leaves.
Really, let's remove this mark business because you can identify that that ballot has come from a book. You see, when they start voting, the ballot books the presiding officer will say how many ballot books they have. And as they go through the election, when they finish those books, they'll even announce to the all the the agents, you know, the election agents there who are representing political parties, that this book has finished. We are now opening the second book. Now, there's enough identification, and I think there's enough security to the ballot paper, that should we disqualify that vote, that it was not legal because somebody forgot, you know, to put the mark. And this has come from the stakeholders.
Hey, madam, you are a liar. The stakeholder is a church in his house and his entire family who are diplomats and enjoying illegal mining, not the Zambian people. What is that? What do you call that? Which stakeholders called you? All these years, this has never been an issue. Then you wake up from your chamber because you want to save your daughter, one person. You come and lie. Not in Zambia. ECZ, you and me have history. And you know what I'm talking about. And I would show the Zambian people what I've been talking about when you are no longer there, because I'm firing all of you. All of you. I've fired you spiritually. Now the physical is remaining. And I will show the Zambian people who you really are, ECZ.
Ballots get spoiled by virtue of people forgetting.
Are
you not trying to cure a minor administrative issue?
No, it's not minor.
That's what civil society is saying.
It's,
I've read one or two presentations from civil society saying,
you see, if
you're trying to cure an administrative lapse by opening a floodgate.
Did you see what grandma did? It's not. Anna kana kambuya. She can't even say anything. Ha! To be honest, when they are fighting for women to be in position, women to be in government, what is that? I see an arrogant, pathological liar.
Suspicion and allegations of rigging. People are saying, how then do you prevent stuffing of ballots? If I came with ballots and stuffed them in the box, how would you know? At what point do you get to identify them?
Okay.
Because then the official mark does help you.
Okay. You know, when you're sitting in Lusaka and you watch Lusaka, or you watch the Ebony.
Please. Where did you get this woman from? Help me understand. I thought this woman was a qualified lawyer.
You can say that how many get, because people are there and they're looking. But when you go to the hinterland, when you go to places where people need to be protected, you see this. How many spot ballot papers we have. And most of them is from the unmarked ballot.
No, madam, no. A spot ballot paper is when somebody picks 5 to 7 people on one paper. They make a mistake. They wrap, they erase. This is a person voted. They erase. That's a spot ballot paper. The official stamp is not your concern. Do your job by putting the stamp. And you're not going to remove it. America is watching. Okay? Israel is watching. SADC is watching. You better behave. All this to save the daughter. You are leading us into temptation, grandma. That's why you should be at home, nursing your grandchildren and leave us alone as we work in our country.
The ballot paper, unmarked.
So the blame then goes on ECZ, because who marks the ballots?
Okay, ECZ in that the polling assistant, maybe she's doing...
Like, oh my God, what am I doing here? I can't answer these questions. Hakainde, Hichilema, you've sent me here. And HH will say, your daughter will go to jail. your daughter will go to jail. Okay, I have to do this for HH because my daughter will go to jail. Did you hear that? Sighing means, oh my God, I don't know what to say. I'm lost. Her body language, everything shows scammer on the face. That's a scammer right there. That's a scammer.
She's tired. At the end of the day, maybe after...
Madam, it's not your duty to make sure that you will not put stamp because she's tired. That is why she's paid for 8 hours shift. Okay? 8 hours shift. Make sure she has lunch. If you want, you can swap for her to have lunch. But that's why she's paid for that. So it's none of our business whether somebody is tired. Their duty is to stamp. And ECZ workers, no matter what, you should also monitor and protect the votes. What about Mwangala Zaloumis? She's doing this in the interest of her murderous daughter. She's not doing this in the interest of Zambians. Everything, she's defending her child. Oh, power, will.
Hours or 4 hours, they're tired, or they vote themselves, say, can you give me I want to go and put it, and I want to mark it. They go quickly and mark it and put it there. We've noted a human error, and we are trying to minimize that so that we have less...
No. You're not going to minimize human error by removing the stamp. Recruit people who understand their job. Period.
Spoiled ballot papers. But if the stakeholders feel that is not that's not desirable, we are not going to force matters.
Thank you. What did there? I, Lilian Mutambo, as a chair lady of elections 2026, I do not approve and support. So do not force us that the stamp should not be there. Because what you people want to do, Mwangala Zaloumis, is to ensure you can smuggle ballot papers marked in Congo. That is why your president, a crook, a thief, a liar, has removed roadblocks the whole country. How can a country not have roadblocks? You see what they are trying to do? To rig. Right now, they are planning for people in Congo to be stamping, to be signing, like what they did for Congo, this same Hakainde Hichilema. He helped Congo, Tanzania, he helped one of the countries, and they were passing my ballot papers. In Zambia, my friend, we have prayer warriors. We're not joking. So, thank you. You have said you're not going to force us. As a chair lady of elections, Nakanya, Ninkanya. Remember when I came on this place and I said, HH and the whole UPND, you will never see the board of ECL. How many of you people, many people argued me. They said, bomb and bomb. I stood here. I am here to declare on this altar where I come to pray that Mwangala Zaloumis, or whoever you call yourself, you will never, ever, ever abuse your office, especially this election. DPP Gilbert Piri, you did them a favor. That is your last time for your job. Kiss your job goodbye. Ha! Which people complained? Say your daughter, you want her to be secured so that she shouldn't go to jail. Mulandu Suola. 2026, we start the case of Ino Kasongele Simfukwe. And we give the family 200 million kwacha investment. Plus other families combined money we give them. Just like HH was giving only people from his region because they were tear gassed or whatever. Up to today, HH has not found who's gassing. You know why? He knows what happened. He knows.
If it's not designed...
HH formed government using propaganda and mingalato. Now that Zambians have seen for themselves, they will never give him a chance. That is why you are trying now to steal. We want to have officials, and the stamp is done like this. I come in, I'm Lilian Mutambo, I've come to vote. I vote, they look at me, they stamp their hamba. So you cannot cheat or steal. You are gone. And we'll protect our votes.
But all what we are doing is to have less spot ballot
No,
papers so
no,
that
madam.
they can have more numbers when you start counting.
Excuse me, have more numbers for who? For HH, you mean? So you can rig? Get out of here.
In essence, they're numbers. If it's not,
We don't care if we listen the numbers. All we need is a staff there to confirm that this is a real vote. You want to stuff in to lie. Thieves. You see, instead of you working, you are busy stealing. You are busy arresting PF. You are busy making sure people die. You don't allow them to go to hospital. Now that the time has come, you are panicking now. We need to be... You are now even paying prophets to give fake prophets. HH is a chosen one. Chosen one to who? To who? Munduwile is a chosen one. He's the next incoming president. Abashala, you are going.
Does it increase the risk?
it increases the risk
of stuff.
Look, you know, in the first past the post, in the first past the post, just you can lose by 2, by 1, by 2, by 3. So why should you lose an election because someone did not mark those ballots?
Excuse me, madam. This is a very silly excuse. You sound daft. You sound dumb.
The concern on the other side is that it increases the risk of suspicion. Is that an issue worth discussing?
No, you know, the issue about stuffing of the ballots. These ballots are coming from a certain book. The numbers are there. If you stuff ballots from where? From somewhere else. When they count the ballot papers, there will be more than what was given to them. There will be more than what they declared in the beginning when they started. Say they have 5 books.
Madam, let me stop you right there. You're not going to declare that there were 5 books. You are going to offer our polling agents money. Collect 1,000. You didn't see that we have added more. So don't think we are children, that we don't know you want to steal to protect your murderous daughter. Let's have a free and fair election. Let's see if HH can win. What is your fear? I thought opposition, they are not there. According to Mulambo Jaime, who is opposition? There is no opposition, says a man that made sure that a woman gave birth to his child while she was married and they ended up dying. You are busy there with girlfriends at the motel, MP motel, where MPs are supposed to be staying. And you are coming to tell us who is opposition here. After shagging so many women in that motel, you are coming to brag in our face. We are the opposition. We told you. Now look at how you are trying to use this old grandma to lie. That why would you lose an election because of 1, 2? No, grandma. You want to stuff the ballots in there and pay our polling agents 2,000 kwacha, 5,000 kwacha and say, shh, you didn't see this. So now we need the stamp.
Containing 50. And these are containing 50, these are 25, 250 books. And then at the end of that count, at the end of the election, you have 300. So the concerns of the people, and also
he even has to tell you the words to use. Grandma, you are in the wrong job. What are you doing there?
The people watching, the people monitoring the election from the political parties will be asking to say, we started with 250, with 5 books. How come there's another extra book? So they will start now looking at everybody.
As they are now looking there, you'll be adding more. You'll be adding more and putting money. Take. Behave yourself. Behave yourself. You are too old to behave like we're necessary. As they'll be checking, imagine, what luxury time does ECZ have to start going through the ballots and checking where are they coming from? As they are checking now, in Futi Parapen, get out, like what they've been doing. UPND has been chasing polling agents in polling stations. Kuma by-elections. And they know they've lost all the elections across the country. They lie. They cheat. So, madam, your time is up. Gilbert Piri, Mwangala Zaloumis, HH, Elisha Matambo, Frank Tayari, Nkando Elvis, Mulambo Haimbe, your time is up. You are going. Jack Mwimbu, we end the boy. Did you hear that? No, they're going to go through. Which luxury that is okay, already you're saying they are tired. Imagine after a whole election day, you are tired. You now start counting. Let's count. We'll count. How come they're 300? Sorry. My daughter was playing with the remote, so the cover is out.
Every ballot paper, where did it come from? So I don't think we've had a situation where ballot papers have been stuffed.
You lie.
Not in my tenure.
Yeah.
We've never had a situation like that. We used to hear about them, but I've never had that situation like that.
Not experienced it.
Not experienced, because it can be checked.
Another object is to provide the power of the commission to disqualify a political party or candidate. Are you not giving yourself too much powers? Maybe subject to abuse at some point?
To disqualify. You see, the present law, in fact, we are trying to cure that. We are trying to be in line with the courts. We are interpreting what the law says. It's only the court that can disqualify somebody. And yet, it says ECZ can disqualify. We are saying, let's get the powers to suspend a candidate in a political party.
From your bedroom, you wake up. Today I'm suspending A, B, C, D. Bill 7 MPs of PF, you are idiots. You are idiots for putting us under this rubbish. You are idiots. Christopher Kangombe, you are an idiot to the Chipua for supporting this rubbish. Simongine, you are an idiot. Look at that. They want to have the power to suspend a candidate. How did we get to this? Because of simple money. Because of little money. You sold our country's integrity. Christopher Kangomba, you will never be an MP in this life. Go and do farming. When is the manifesto for Brian Mundubele so that we can choose for ourselves? They are launching everything and candidates will be adopted.
Because we can't disqualify. That's the power of the court. So we are just...
So what does the bill say exactly? What does the current law provide?
The current law provides that UCZ can disqualify.
And the proposal?
And the proposal is that let's be in line with the Constitution, which says only the court can disqualify.
In this case, you are not getting those powers to try and disqualify candidates.
No. We are not disqualifying, but we are asking for the law to be amended through this bill, the Electoral Act, that we can actually suspend. We can suspend a candidate.
You can suspend a candidate. PF MPs. Thank you for what you did. May you never test any MP or minister in your life. for as long as we stand here and pray, you will never be a minister or MP in Zambia.
Or we can suspend a political party.
That's during campaigns.
Yes, during campaigns.
Does that affect the actual polling day?
No, it doesn't affect the actual polling day because
they can suspend a political party during campaigns. So ECZ will say, FDD, you can't be moving around for now. Look, Mwangala Zaloumis, in Malawi, Peter Mutharika campaigned 17 times and he won an election. If you like, block, suspend, do whatever you like to please your master, HH. HH will lose. Zambia, you will disappoint me if you vote for Hakainde. Look at that. Imagine how she's speaking, the power that they want. When they go through, already you have useless MPs that voted Bill 7. Do you know what that's going to mean? We're going to be like Uganda or Rwanda.
It is about when the activity is going on, when the campaigns are taking part. Even you can actually disqualify a candidate or a party that they won't even be there at the tolling center.
Have you heard? You can suspend a candidate that they won't be there at the tallying center. My vote, which people have given me, you want to suspend me that I cannot be at the tallying center. Grandma has too much power. Thanks to Christopher Kangombe, a useless youth MP. Thanks to Kapamba Mlenga, a useless MP. Thanks to all those useless MPs that betrayed Brian Mundubile. Look at that. You were told, even by many organizations, don't support Bill 7. You decided to support. Look at the way this woman is talking. Does she sound normal to you? That's the power that you've given her. You are useless. Bakaboki.
They won't be there because they are violent. So you've disqualified them even from attending that particular activity.
Publication of nomination papers on affidavit referred to under Section 1 in the Gazette of Newspapers and Generation. What are you addressing here? So meaning when the nomination papers are done, these will be published?
Yes, the nomination papers should be published.
In the newspaper?
In the newspaper, yes. That's what we are that's what we are saying, so that you know who has been successful with the nomination.
Okay. You've been collecting submissions on the draft electoral amendment bill. What are some of the major submissions that are coming immediately, and you are thinking, okay, and we've heard that.
Yeah,
we'll discuss that.
Okay, one of them is, of course, what we've been talking about the adoption certificate, that shouldn't be signed just by the Secretary General, but signed by, I don't know who will sign in the political party. Either the president or somebody else. We are getting those submissions that they're afraid because maybe they don't even trust their own Secretary Generals or the procedure to appointing Secretary Generals. They believe, some of them, no, I shouldn't say all political parties, some of the political parties believe that that power should be left to the party to decide who. But we would like a uniform system, a system that can stand the test of time. And the Secretary General, the requirement of the Secretary General, I think they stood the test of time from 1964. I don't know if some political parties know that this is the system that we had from 1964.
So you're not changing anything?
We're not changing anything.
Probably you didn't follow it in the past?
We have followed it.
So why is there an outcry?
I don't know.
When you're just trying to put it...
I don't know what's happening in the political
Because you listed it as a change, maybe, as an amendment.
No, it's not a change. It was in the regulations. So we would like it to be in the main act, so that political parties know, as they're forming a political party, that we must have a Secretary General. After all, the law provides that they have to be registered at the registrar societies, and the registrar societies will ask them who is the president, who is the secretary general, who are the members.
Any other issues coming up? That's just one of them.
Or is
probably pushed mainly by the political parties.
Yeah, by the political parties, and of course the mark that we should not change the law to include the mark. We should leave it as it is.
Maybe there was a reason why the mark was introduced in the first place.
Yeah, the mark was introduced so that that ballot paper is identified that a voter went in and voted. But we've noticed, with the passage of time, we've noticed that, you know, the spoiled papers are coming, a lot of them are coming from this mark. They require...
Wait. Is she meaning the mark that we used to stamp? Can someone explain to me very well? Does she mean that mark, that it's the one that we put our thumb with ink and say you voted? Is it the one she's talking about? Can someone explain to me, because I have not understood her English there. That English there sounds like she's saying that stamp, that mark, spoils the vote. Can somebody please let me know if that's what she means?
That should be marked. Will it quicken the process? It does quicken the process, that the person giving out the ballot paper does not have to have it and stamp it. But of course, it's not a big deal about it. If the political parties do not want it, we go according to consensus. If the consensus...
What is the public saying? Largely, I notice political parties will be more vocal. Are the members of the public coming forward also to speak on this bill?
When you travel...
Let me reduce the volume. Zambia. We gongered ourselves with this HH. Hey!
Can take you to more than just a business trip.
UK has too many adverts on. They just want us to travel.
Can't do on a call.
Who noticed she's on her own? She's in Hakainde Hichilema'S chamber.
Travel well.
Zambia.
Just raise prices again. You don't have a
Hey, I cry for Zambia. Oh, Zambia.
But you know, you can actually find highly vetted suppliers within seconds, not weeks. 500. Look at your child.
Imagine
right
so
now
many
and
adverts
ask
in this
yourself,
country.
can my child make such
Zambia.
in the next couple of months? Whether you answer yes or no to that question, you are
I feel
100%
sad.
correct. Because if you've answered no, you will most likely not take any action.
But their
so that
desperation
your
will
child
not
can
work.
actually learn these
It will not
skills.
work.
If you answered yes, then you are also
I have
correct.
to skip the
Because
advert.
we have taught
I thought the
universities of
spoiled ballot
education
means that the
with
voter didn't
thousands of
put
kids during
X
recent years.
in the box.
And
Yeah,
because of that,
Kavakatuishmasi.
we are
I'm telling you.
before the academy in the
So
entire
she's talking
country
about the death
of
stamping,
competition
or is she talking about the
for
thumb? Because I'm confused.
Just see what
A system that
parents are
ushered
doing
them into
last
power
year's
now,
graduation.
barely. Imagine you're trying to find foods, barely few months. Very hypocritical, I'm telling you. To the corporate world, the elite, the celebrities, please stand up.
If you want your child to get
A stamp is used to authorize the transaction. Yes. So why do you want to say that we don't need a stamp? We are not rushing to quicken anything. All we want is a credible elections. That strategy of rushing is what scammers do when they want to steal money. Exactly. How to feel panga sense, guys?
We hope, we had a stakeholder conference, engagement, where we gave out...
At the stakeholder meeting where they went, where Patricia Luhanga was shouting at people, we have already spoken about this. Let's move, let's proceed. Patricia Luhanga, you're also another one who will never work. I'm coming for you. People are upset.
We hope that we can have more discussion from the public, but of course we are constrained with time. This has to be presented in Parliament by a certain date. In fact, the 11th and the 12th were the dates that...
March?
That February. Yeah.
To the Bill 7 MPs, This is the time to redeem yourselves. Don't support this nonsense. If you don't support this nonsense, we'll forgive you. But if you support, imagine the speaker. No wonder she was dancing. Another kakote na kambi. When Bill 7 went through.
It has to pass that bill. Or attend to that
we're already
bill.
late.
Attend to that bill.
We are on the 15th.
Yes, we are on the 15th.
Behind schedule. Proportional representation.
Yes.
One major issue in the bill, one of the issues that the bill is addressing is the proportional representation. And this is coming out of the constitution that has been amended. Very few people understand this. Would you want to explain for the viewer to understand how this will be implemented? How you're proposing it's being implemented?
Okay. I think this has been ongoing for a long time. Whether we should have a proportional, an MMPR system, a mixed member proportional representation system, I think to cater for the spoiled, what they call spoiled votes, because somebody can win an election or lose an election with a very high percentage. Say you lose an election with 49% or 48%. How do we cater for the 48% of those who followed a particular candidate, especially presidential? How do we compensate for those spoiled votes? Now, these discussions have been ongoing from early 2000 to date. And so what is being proposed is, okay, those spoiled votes, can we attend to those spoiled votes by having a system that looks at the problem in the society, and that is the representation of
Shut up!
youths and people living.
Shut up! What are you on about? You don't even know what you're talking about. What is that? What is that? An official stamp needs to be put on the ballot. You are telling us we don't want to spoil for people to win 40%. We don't give a shit about that. Just put the stamp on that thing for us to know that genuinely people voted. What is that? And Zambia are going to accept this nonsense? Look, you're pissing me off right now. You are my mother, but your behavior, I don't agree with you.
Abilities. So the political parties, can they participate, though they've lost the election, presidential election, or other parliamentary or council elections? When you put their votes together, can they be compensated by us attending to the problem of women, to the inequities in society, where you get very few women really joining the representation in parliament or at the council? Councils are even worse. You have councils where there are no women at all. So
excuse me, madam. It's not an election that decides if women are going to be there. It's your president, Hakainde Hichilema, who doesn't want to work with women. That is why there's no women. He rather puts his relatives there and men. So don't come and tell us that proportional representation, there's no women in the council. You have a choice to recruit women. But your president chooses not to recruit women. So don't use it to justify your corrupt activity. We know that your president was never rich. He pretended to be a rich man, and he is scared that we're going to know how much he stole. Do you remember when Chiluba became president and the things that were exposed? We are going to know a lot about HH. We're going to know about the transactions that took place. We're going to know about the trips, the gold scandals at the airport, where other people are even innocent. They are accused and painted black as gold smugglers. We're going to know of the illegal mines that Jito Kayumba and his father owned, where a young man was murdered because he was guarding that mine for Jito Kayumba's father. And that boy who died is my friend's nephew. They murdered him because he was about to expose the secret of that illegal mine. These guys can do anything. You are so desperate. Political parties, that's why you have to come together. Increase your security. Because what I'm saying is people who know they've committed so many crimes, including your daughter, Mwangala Zaloumis, who murdered Ino Kasengele. Thanks to DPP, Gilbert Piri, an idiot, that made sure that your daughter is out there enjoying her life instead of being in jail. Zambia, don't allow these people to treat you like you're nobodies. This is for the future of our country. This woman is an old woman. She has nothing to lose. She is doing this for her child before she leaves this earth. She has nothing to lose. So you better wise up. All this is to protect one person, Maria Zaloumis, and HH, the thief.
Through the studies that have gone in, through the electoral reform, technical committees, and the constitution that have been going on since 2002, that let's look at this.
We are not bothered about 2002, mind. We are bothered about now. Give us a reason why you think that your polling workers, ECZ workers, can sleep doors and forget to put a stamp there. That's what you should tell me about. Not telling me about 2000. We are not in 2000. I was in school in 2000. And Gilbert Piri was my teacher at Rhodes Park School. And he was a bully. So don't you dare come and tell us about 2000.
The sport votes by having the women coming through the proportionate representation. Now, that proportionate representation, the 40 women that will come in, 30, how many are they? 20 women that will come in, 20 women that will come in, 15 youths, and 5 people living with disabilities will be apportioned according to the performance of the political party during an election.
Based on the presidential vote?
Based on the presidential vote. This is what it's law. So that's what we are following. This is not ECZ making.
I don't buy that. Because even if you give the same proportional representation, you are still going to make those guys who are appointed by other political parties to defect. Like what you've done with Nundwe. Like what you're doing with everybody. Stealing them, luring them with money. Why? Because UPND is a criminal-minded organization that should never be given a chance to form government again. These are criminals. Parading a woman, an old woman. I feel sorry, Mama. If you were my mother, I will remove you from that place and put you in a care home in UK. What is that? Using an old lady for your own benefit, HH? You are pathetic. You are evil.
That's what we are going to follow. Now, based on those presidential votes that the president gets, either in nationally for parliament and also district-wise for the councillors, this is it's going to be worked out according to that performance. Say the president wins with...
and the people will be shouting, Kwenyu. This is the caretaker. He's doing a good job. Guys, we don't have time for such. Milimo, you are a Tonga idiot. Piece off my page. All right? I don't have time to babysit your president. Okay? Hakainde Hichilema cannot win an election Even if you Tonga people vote for him, it's only 1.5 million of you. The rest of the Zambian people cannot vote for a tribalist like Hakainde Hichilema. So piece off my page. You found me here talking about this woman who is being used by useless Tonga president. Is it Ila Hakainde Hichilema? So piece off. Piece off my page. You think I have time to waste? I'm concerned about the affairs of my country, Zambia, where this DPP idiot Gilbert Perry released this idiot Maria Zaloumis, and now the mother is busy trying to change laws so that the daughter should remain outside prison, whilst Ino Kasengele is 6 feet under. Nonsense. I think I have time.
Loses 49%. Huh? A presidential candidate who has lost. How do you compensate for that? They would qualify for the PR system, where those votes will be divided according to the performance and according to the numbers in Parliament. So I think it's
so there's a possibility that almost every presidential candidate, depending on how much they score, can get a member of Parliament.
Yes. Even those who have lost can get a member of Parliament.
Madam.
Even those who haven't lost, if the threshold, the performance may say it's 5%, you might get 1 or 2 members of Parliament representing your political party, either through the women, the youths, or people living with disabilities. In the councils, we have 116 councils. So in the councils, we are going according to the performance of the parties in that district. It will be worked out that if the threshold is 5% or 3%, they will be able to have 1 or 2 women or 3 women joining the councils.
In this case, how will this threshold be set?
I think it's something that will be worked out the elections, when the results come.
I think you don't even know what you need to talk about, because you are working under the instructions of HH. I think we'll work it out when the elections happen. You don't even know, and you call yourself the EZZ chairperson. Why? Because you're waiting for HH to tell you what to do. You and your criminal-minded HH and DPP Gilbert Perry, you must go. Zambia, you'll be very foolish to vote for HH and these people. Look at what you're presenting to me. Imagine I'm showing this news, even to John Mahama. Look at what he said about Zambia. Institutions should be separate. When you have a cadre like this one, who's a UPND, full UPND blonde, what do you expect? She'll bring whatever HH says. This DPP idiot will do whatever HH says to save this woman. There's no opposition. HH Paka 2019. This is the election here. They thought they could do it by making sure that Edgar Lungu is not on the ballot. Hey, he's not standing. He's lost eligibility. What? Fine. He's not eligible. But you still made sure he never went to the hospital so that he dies. Now that people have risen, look at how you're working yourself. Look at the face. She doesn't even sleep. Look at that face. That face screams stressed, depressed, oppressed, malnourished, malnutrition, everything. You've got the money, but you look stressed. You are probably richer than me, but you look more stressed than even the average Zambian. Why? Because your evil is haunting you. Rubbish. Anything to oppress my Zambian people. I will not sit back here and be eating ice cream and look at my Zambian people suffer. Not in this life. She looks confused.
Yes. Let's look at the political parties will have a lot of work to do. Lists for the execution of the PR system. When is the deadline for this? When do they submit the lists?
These lists are submitted first when there's got to be a nomination. A political party has to have a presidential candidate. If a political party does not have a presidential candidate, they cannot participate. They cannot participate.
If a political party does not have a presidential candidate, they cannot participate. What do I even have to say? Because of money. See how PF you sold your party. When we had the president Edgar Lungu there, you decided to sell. Edith Nawakwitu died. She was the president of FTD. So you are saying if a political party does not have a president, they cannot participate. I don't even know what the hell you're talking about, Grandma. You're giving me grandma vibes.
The PR system, because the votes that will be counted are coming from a presidential vote. So the political parties that will only want to, to have members of parliament cannot participate in the PR system.
So in this case, you wait for the presidential nominations. They move down to ask the parties to submit lists.
Yes. Then they submit the lists. First, the presidential, because you can't have a PR system to a party that has no presidential candidate. So they've got first to go and file the nomination. That's when they can bring in a list. And each political party that takes part in the nomination, and they are successful in the nomination, then they'll be asked to submit a list of 20 women.
And 15
for the
Hold on there. On that list, my name should be there. You say that we should submit the names. Please. I should be there. Put my name there. I have spoken.
5 for people living with disabilities.
So who picks on that list when the list is submitted? Who now gets to finally choose that this one goes to parliament?
It will depend.
Is it ECZ?
First, it's the
going
party.
by
No.
ECZ or going by preference submitted by the political party?
No.
Or ECZ will wait for the party to say out of that list we gave you,
only implements what they've been given
and not this.
Yeah, ECZ only implements what they've been given. That's the execution of ECZ.
We'll put my name there.
The selection of the members, the selection of the women candidates or the PR seats, it's really by the political parties. And we hope that in selecting the women, in arriving not even selecting, in arriving at numbers of who takes part, it will be democratically done. Because we are talking about democracy, and this is the foundation of democracy. So they've got to come from a democratic system in order, if they win elections, in order to be democratic in the government. So we expect the political parties even to hold elections for the women so that they can choose the candidates democratically, to hold elections for the youths.
Who has time and resources?
For people.
Yes.
Who has time and resources
Let's
as
move quickly
opposition?
to another issue hitting the headlines. Delimitation. It's a big issue, and there were fears initially of talk of gerrymandering, but now I think that is gone. You've gone to the people to consult the public about the exercise. What would determine the final decision?
We have submissions from the submissions from the public, submissions from the districts.
Don't lie, madam. All the submissions are coming from Hakainde Hichilema'S bedroom. Each church has already told you what he wants so that he can rig. He'll put polling stations where people cannot even find. And then I hope the polling stations are going to maintain the same ones and we're not going to change. Okay, because from the way you're talking, you sound like you're planning to put polling stations in hidden corners.
We've only got 70 seats. We don't have 116 seats. And we have 116 districts. So, and we are guided by the law to pick when it comes for delimitation, what we should put, what we should consider, should put into consideration, the geographical nature, the population, that everything has to fit in.
To balance.
Yes, to balance for us to come to 70.
So in this case, there could be real fears. One, let me talk about this. There already talk coming out of certain quarters that, well, Lusaka should have more than 36 out of the 70 because of the population is very huge. And others are saying, well, each constituency in Lusaka must be divided into two because the numbers are too big in there. But then there are also concerns that some constituencies which are vast may not necessarily even have the population warranting.
Well, I think we have to think of the country as a whole, not just urban areas, not just Lusaka, not just Copperbelt. We have to think of every corner of the state. And when you talk about development, you talk about development for the whole country, not just for Lusaka. I think we'll wait and see what submissions are coming.
Everything she's waiting and seeing. She doesn't even know.
Others have a feeling that you probably could have given people so much hope, and yet it's only 70 seats that are coming, and you may have a lot of complaints after.
Well,
is there going to be an issue of equity?
There is
each province getting a particular number, or you strictly go by geographical consideration?
No, there's everything. As I said, everything has to be taken into consideration. Equity, of course, is very important. Inclusiveness in this is very important. Credibility, and those are, those are the tenets of democracy. And as a commission managing, managing this delimitation and all these programs, we can't think of Lusaka only.
You are not managing anything. You work under the instructions of Hakainde Hichilema. So don't you dare come to lie to us. You are managing. You don't even sound like you know what you're talking about, Grandma. You don't even know what you're talking about. How come you're telling us as a person who's managing? Yet you're saying you're waiting for the submissions. So after the submissions happen from stakeholders, this is what you're going to do, Mwangala Zaloumis. You're going to take those documents to Hakainde Hichilema in his bedroom to decide, pick a dolly, what am I going to do? Okay, I'm going to do, whether they like it or not, we're going to do this. It's what Hakainde Hichilema says that happens. Nothing to do with you, your mind, because I'm the leader, or what people are submitting. HH has already made up his mind on what he wants. And when HH says something, it must be done. That's why those MPs that voted Bill 7, you are crazy for supporting these people and giving them so much power. Your time is coming. Your wrath is coming when you know that Zambians tabatowera upuba. Nonsense.
Then we are not being fair to the whole country. Everybody needs a representation. Now, is it if you are living, say you are living...
Grandma, you borrow money to pay for roads and bridges and whatever in Zambia. You even go as far as getting from NAPSA. Where are you going to get money to give salaries to MPs? You are even borrowing right now from IMF. You borrow money to even give CDF and brag about CDF. So if we delimit now when there is no money in the coffers of Zambia, according to HH, the coffers were empty. He has revived the economy. And since he's an almighty savior, why can't you manage with what we have for now, then delimit after? It's because you're looking for loopholes to see where you can put polling stations and the rig. From nowhere, we'll hear a place where there's only 200,000 population, we'll hear 5 million votes. We know your plans. We are on you. We are watching you.
And you are competing with people in Lusaka, you shouldn't have a representation because Lusaka has got
more people,
compounds all over. People are living, we are the most urbanized country, I think, in the world. What are we doing? Are we doing anything to encourage people maybe to go back to the rural areas?
Excuse me. You are not going to tell me to go back to my rural area. Grandma, you should be the one living in the village because you're old enough to be a farmer there. What are you talking about? You don't even know what you're saying. Now you are saying people should consider to move in the village. There is no businesses there. Since you are rich enough, why don't you carry your family and pack your katundu and go and live in the village like HH is moving to Choma after the elections? You're pissing me off now. What is that? Who are you to tell us where we should move? You want a youth of 20 years, 19, to go and live in the village? Are you okay? Once your daughter is busy killing people.
And
Nonsense.
people clamoring in Lusaka.
Yes, we're clamoring in Lusaka. That's why we want to be. We want to be near the airport. We are young people. We should be traveling to Dubai to go and take a makwebo. We should be traveling to China, not in the village. Who's going to buy Brazilian hair for 23,000 in the village? Ah, you see why I said this woman is old? 19 pendef kono. She's telling us to move to the village. Ah! You've insulted our integrity. Youths, she's telling you to move to the village. Grandma, it's you who should be in the village, not the young people. Ah!
We have to exercise conscience when it comes to equity, that let's consider everybody. And everyone has to be considered.
How many days are you giving, for clarity's sake, to each district? There are fears, though, that you may just be using people to launder the decision that you've already made.
Look, please, find this guy's number. Find his number, please. Did you hear what he just said? You've already made a decision and you're just there trying to put it as if... What did I tell you? The decisions are already made in Hakainde Hichilema'S bedroom. She's just here trying to pretend as if they are doing A and B and C and they've already decided. Find his number. I need to give him some dollars to quench his thirst after this long interview with a very dour woman.
Very little time to even talk.
You know, they always
before they open the mouth, you've packed your bags and left for...
Yeah, it's human.
Then,
I think it's human to think maybe we don't trust anything at all
maybe
in this
you won't
country.
think what they're going to say.
You know, but I think let's not forget that we've only got 70. We can't increase that number. And not every constituency can have a seat. So I think wait first. The people should wait and see what we are going to do. You know, within 70 seats, as equitable as possible, to be considered, so that we don't leave anybody behind. There's also historical issues to be looked at. You know, when you come to delimitation, it's... Grandma,
why are you taking us to the past? Because your mind is still in the 1960s. We are the revolution. We are the young generation. We are the ones who are taking over government in 2026. So I don't know why you're taking us back. You should be retired looking after your grandkids and go to the village as you've proposed. You're pissing me off.
That you even go back in history and see, why do some people have less representation than others? How do we balance the situation?
It's not your business.
How do we ensure that we carry everybody with us?
Where?
How do we ensure that, since there's a constitutional development fund that is attached to development, if you leave out big provinces, how are they going to be developed? So,
when HH said Bali will fix it, this is what he meant. The fixer, using all institutions of government to fix you. The guy doesn't give a shit about you. He's just concerned about protecting the wealth that he has stolen. He's a thief. What is all this all about? It's almost done.
These are issues that are going through our minds and are going through the commission. That how do we become equitable in the distribution of the 70?
So waiting they will, but then they also probably need an assurance from you. Are you going to listen to them? Are you listening to them? They're submitting. What are some of the issues coming up? But then again, you need to assure them.
Interviewer, this one, it deserves an award when we form government.
And then
President Brown will be this one.
Process you have to listen to somebody.
Journalist of the year.
And at the end of the day, decisions have to be made. Sometimes the decision is not palatable, but maybe for the future, you will see that, okay, it was not palatable today, but we can see now after 5 years why that decision was taken. It's like your child is going to school and stops going to school. Maybe you are going to work that child. At the moment that child is, at the moment corporal punishment is happening with that child, the child will feel very bitter about you.
Are you listening? She's giving old generation vibes, corporal punishment. Who talks about corporal punishment in these days? Just, your daughter murdered somebody. Did you do corporate punishment? You were all about making noise at the police station. Release my daughter! Release my daughter! Today I'm talking about corporate punishment. Zona would work a daily old lady. If you were my mother, you cannot do this rubbish thing for a church.
The end, when they pass their grade 7, they'll even be talking about it. I thank my father for ensuring that I went to school, though he gave me hiding. Mm-hmm. So I think wait and see what we are going to do.
Wait and see what a church will decide. It's not about wait and see what we're going to do. Wait and see what a church will decide. I feel embarrassed on behalf of all the UPND. You are even CDF Kwenyo. Bill 7 Kwenyo. Elections, no opposition. Bari Paka 29. So this is what you meant. This. UK has so many adverts. Guys, tell me what you think. Comment. I'm about to close and then go out. There's no way I could allow these people to play around with you. Gilbert Piri, we have seen why you favored Maria Zaloumis. You favored her so that the ECZ chairperson can come on TV and tell us why they want to delimit. I'm sure you're all sitting, drinking tea, drinking coffee, and saying, we're going to win this election. Your government ends in May. You have no power. No power. Somebody saying she will be jailed, this old lady. Honestly. She sounds like, corporal punishment. Who talks about corporal punishment in the 21st century? Like, this is an iPhone era, ma'am. We don't talk about corporal punishment. Somebody saying sometimes it's just important to leave certain activities for young people with figurative reasoning. Not if you are Mungulu. You can tell right from her face of appearance. Mulino Bupuba. In all what she's saying, continue treating people as if you born them all. Mwefi nangwa mwe. You will learn it the hard way. Wait August. Imagine. You are concerned about political parties. You are concerned about the candidates. We want to make sure. Who are you? The people are coming to take over the country. So HH is the only one who's correct to take over the country. A person that claimed he'll be declaring his assets, he has failed because he knows he's been stealing. For
the consultation, people thought that we're just going to sit and say, oh, these are the 70.
Yes.
And these are the
you're just pretending.
We've considered.
You've already decided.
And approved. But here we are. We don't have much time. And that's not our fault.
Why are you in a hurry?
We don't have much time.
Why are you in a hurry?
The law was passed quite late.
Yes.
Now, finally, as we go, and I know we've run out of time, but when you read the newspapers and listen to people talking, you'd think ECZ and stakeholders, such as political parties and sometimes even civil society, are not talking. They are not sitting around the table.
We do.
Is there any dialogue happening?
There's a lot.
Is there any talking happening? Are you talking at each other, or are you sitting around the table to discuss these issues? In politics, in governance, transparency does not only have to be practiced; it has to be seen to be practiced.
Yes. No, we are talking to one another.
So smart.
We don't talk to at each other because we'll be shouting, but we are talking to one another. We are talking to stakeholders who wish us to talk to them. Sometimes we write. You know, we see things being written in the paper about us. We invite those stakeholders to come. In most cases, they shy away.
You are lying.
Because
you are lying. You threaten to sue people. And I know what I'm talking about. You are lying. People cannot even say anything, question. You threaten to sue people.
What they were saying was not true. So we write to them to come and tell us how they arrived at that, where they got their information, to help us, you know, manage this process properly. But we are talking. We've just held two stakeholder
meetings where Patricia Luhanga was bullying people because she felt like they're wasting time. This thing has already gone through. You know, when people are just telling you, oh, we're planning to do A, B, C, D, and then, oh, what do you think? Oh, we've already spoken about that. Let's go to the next thing, because they've already decided. They're just pretending like they're consulting. They are not. And posting those images on social media to look good, that they gave people mineral water and they were sitting in one big hall like that and discussing. And yet people have no say when they go there.
3 stakeholder meetings.
I'm watching you.
The one where we launched, and later on the submissions. They were very well attended and everyone came. So I can't see any complaint about that. Even before that, sometimes we get one lone member of parliament coming to talk about their constituency, to talk about the inclusive nature, to talk about whether their political party whether it's being heard or not. We've had even the factions, sometimes they've come.
And you've given them audience.
And we've given
enough
them
assurance
audience.
that you're talking.
Thank
you so much, Mr. Zaloumis, for coming.
Oh,
it's been a pleasure.
It's a pleasure.
We'll definitely call you again. This is your year.
We are looking forward to coming back and explaining further.
You are not coming back to explain anything further, because you've actually disappointed me with this whole interview. Anyway, guys, that's what I wanted you guys to watch. If you missed the big Sunday interviews, also on my YouTube channel, you can check it out, because Facebook deletes videos. It's going to be deleted on the Facebook page of ZNBC. And I must say, I'm very disappointed with what I've heard. I'm disgusted. I'm flabbergasted. I'm dumbfounded. You know those words that we just use here for fun. Yeah. 2026, it's up to you, Zambia, to make the right decision or continue with that crap. All that crap we listen to together, it's up to you. You can choose. It's your choice. It's your life. I've told you several times, and your problem in it. I'm not suffering. By God's grace, I'm doing well for myself. I'm supposed to meet a friend of mine and one of my workers doing something for me. I put that on hold. I said, I had to send my friend money for Uber. You go, I'll find you. I need to speak to my Zambian people. I sent her money for Uber. I'll find her. And I've directed some people to do something for me where somebody's working for me. Because I take this as a serious matter. So the time I'm sacrificing here, you'll be on your own. I'll watch you and enjoy my life in the Bahamas. Okay? I'll watch you complain, inbox me, whilst I enjoy my good life with my children, who are all in British universities and colleges, by the way, and schools. But it hurts me to see you suffer. I'm not here because somebody has given me a penny. I've never even received $1. I started campaigning for Mundubile without even speaking to him. That is the heart that I have for Zambian people. Brian Mundubile is your option. Forget about all these people. Right now, a farmer, somebody who supplied beans, is calling me, complaining how UPND, they are only paying Tonga people. People from Western Province, Southern Province, and Lozi and Tonga, I don't know which regions where the people come from, but those two main regions. 1 year, he has not been paid for the beans. Why? Because he's not from that region. So it's up to you to choose. In Shirachulain, I've had to suspend my programs to speak to you. This is 12. Let me see even where my friend is. This is 12 hours. I should have been somewhere by 10. But I'm here for the love I have for you. So if you decide to do whatever you want, you're on your own. It's you that will suffer. Thank you so much, guys. We've had a long chat. We've spoken. You have heard my plea. Let us do the right thing. Otherwise, it's you that will struggle, that will suffer in 2026. I'm going. I only have a few hours to do one or two things. I'm supposed to be in Billingham. I'm supposed to be in another area like that. I don't even know where my friend is. I'll check her phone, where she is. Why? For the love that I have for you. Guys.